What's up, beautiful people of Earth? Thank you very much to the Lord for you being alive and clicking this video. You are a wonderful human. Much love to you. You see, today's videos are crazy and a combination of everything, with the intentions of sharing good vibes, love, peace, and forgiveness out there to the world. Straight out of Africa. Watch till the end and leave your comments. Tell us where you're watching from. Much love to you. You are respected. That's what I mean.
Some really interesting but depressing research came out today showing that mammals in Greater Kruger National Park in South Africa are more afraid of hearing human voices than any other potentially threatening sounds.
My dad was a teacher, so I grew up in a home that the only thing I knew was sport. I played tennis, I played...
So the researchers set up cameras and speakers around the park. The cameras recorded 24/7 for months, and the speakers played sounds like lion vocalizations, dogs barking, gunshots, and recordings of people speaking the four most used languages in the region.
Is baie moeilik om in Afrikaans te praat as daar net een persoon is.
And they found that 95% of species, including giraffes, leopards, hyenas, zebras, warthogs, elephants, and rhinoceroses, ran more often and abandoned waterholes faster in response to humans than even in response to lions or any of the other sounds. One of the researchers of the study had this to say: "I think the pervasiveness of the fear throughout the savanna mammal community is a real testament to the environmental impact that humans have. Just having us out there on the landscape is enough of a danger signal that they respond really strongly. They are scared to death of humans." That's pretty upsetting. If one good thing is to come out of this, is that they are now seeing if they can use human sounds to deliberately steer endangered species away from poaching areas, which seems to have been successful so far. So better than nothing.
Oh, man was given dominion over everything. You should love and care for these animals, man. And all other creatures out there. Oh my god, what kind of stone is this? Let's see. What stone makes iron? Ha! This stone, you see these kind of creepy stones, you have been seeing them in our previous episodes, and they really amaze me because I don't know what happens with them. Some stone can change metal into candy, and it makes me wonder, do those candy manufacturing companies use this kind of stones? I don't know. I wonder, you tell me, what type of stones are these? Are they stones from out of this world, or where are they from? Because, man, this stone just melted those ions. No! And you can now touch this stone. Is it hot? Why is this guy not touching this stone? Oh, I think it is hot. But you should show us at
When
least.
it's dark, when it's midnight, I will go and I will jump into the well and finish myself. I was crying from the morning because I know it was my last day. The hour came. I went to the well and I was standing at the well. Before I jump, I looked up into the sky and I said, God, I want to thank you for this life. You have given me the beautiful life, but I messed up. And I know you're not gonna take me to the heaven because I have nothing done good. I deserve hell. But before I jump and finish my life, I just want to say thank you very much for the beautiful life you gave me. And I'm finishing my life. As I was just about to jump, there was somebody who held my belt and he pulled me back and he's like, what are you doing? Instead of looking at him, I just grabbed him and hold him so tightly, and I was so crying very loudly as I can. I was crying and he's like, don't do this, go home. But there was a question in my heart. When I walked to this well, nobody was there. I can clearly see nobody was there. And when I was about to jump, how come this guy showed up? And there was a question, God, like why? I went to my room and I was crying. And as I was crying, I looked up on my cupboard and there was a book. I got up and I took that book and it was dirt on that book, and I just cleared it and says Holy Bible. And I put that Bible before me and I was crying. I said, God, why did you save me? You better let me die. And this is the turning point of my life. The story that I'm telling you is 100% real. It's happened in my life. The Bible, it opened automatically. The pages started turning and it stopped at the one place. And I was like, what is happening? There is no window open, nothing. This is like supernatural thing is happening, you know? And I felt a very divine presence, very divine. And I looked at that and it says, today you have declared that I am your Lord. It's like somebody speaking to me directly. And I felt somebody putting his hand on my shoulder and telling me, it's okay, I'm with you. I closed my eyes and I said, God, if you are true and if you are real and if you're trying to tell me that you are alive, you give me a confirmation. And the next thing that happened that brought me on my knees. Same Bible, which was stopped, no page was turning at this moment. The moment I asked that question, one page from the Bible, it turned. And it says the same thing. Today you have declared the Lord is your God. I quickly knelt down. I say, God, from this moment, I accept you as my personal Savior. I give my life to you, God, because I believe. Now you're the God who saves. You're the God who speaks. And I knew that Jesus is alive.
It's a dark thing that dolphins do. Dolphins have this long period where the baby has to be with the mother.
Sure.
Like many years.
They have a big brain, and that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And so during that time period, the female will not breed with other dolphins.
Right.
So male dolphins will often kill the baby to force the female into estrus. So the female solution is to be hypersexual. So the females breed with as many males as possible. So the male will go, oh, I've had sex with her, that might be my kid. And so the male won't kill the baby.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Wow.
Oh, my whole life was a lie. Let's see what's happening here. Man, is this possible? This guy might have drawn this all like this. Oh, you see, by the way, there's a video that has passed with that guy talking about how
If you have a bullet in your hand and you shoot a gun, which bullet
same
drops
moment.
faster?
Right.
They
Generally they get the wrong answer to that.
they drop at the exact same rate.
They'll hit the ground at the same time.
Exact same time. And that blows people's minds. They
Right.
can't believe that's
But
a
we do
fact.
that in Physics 101. So that's why physics is so important. You know, people say, oh, let's take biology and this. Great. But don't leave out the physics, because that's where the fundamental operations of nature are to be found.
One hardly did anything. There's 10. I'm not even halfway there and I'm ready to pass out. Is there perhaps a better way to do this? Let's see. Let me take all the air out of the balloon. And now we're going to use something called Bernoulli's principle. We're going to blow into the bag, but we're not going to put our mouth right on the bag. And what happens there is as we blow in, surrounding air is pulled in as well to the low pressure area. This is Bernoulli's principle. Here we go. One big breath. Build up the whole.
Oh, Tartaria reset cover up. Huh, what is this? By adding M they have been set. This is crazy. What? What are these three remains of Tartaria that they made something out of it, modern houses? Oh my god, you tell me, what do you think from this? Are these AI generated images or something like that? Oh, but somehow they look real and press up me to determine whether they are real or not. What do you think about them? This is crazy, man. Oh my god. These guys beat these crazy beatings of the past. How? How did they do this? Huh. Oh my god. These things now, they are scaring me. History is a lie. Is history a lie? I don't know. You tell me what you think about it. Look at this building. Looks like what? Oh my god. You mean there can be a whole other building down there we cannot see? This is crazy. Now look at this guy performing real pyrokinesis here. What is pyrokinesis? I don't know. Chain cognition through the power of thought. Let's see. Real power. How? You summon your chai or chi. What do you call it? How do you summon it? What other people call it? The Holy Spirit? I don't know. Something like that. Or your internal being. Oh, please help me if you know what I'm talking about. You can help and explain in the comment section. Much love to you, baby, if you have watched up to this far. As you watch this wonderful guy, I also thank God for you because you're a wonderful human. And if you have watched up to this far, He really loves you and He has a purpose for you in this life. You see, you are a wonderful soul to be alive today. Please share love wherever you are and forgiveness and respect out there. That way we can make a very big impact. Respect yourself. This guy just burnt that paper and it's crazy. I don't know how he did it. Let's see some good vibes guy here with his dog. This is so interesting. You see here animals and humans is just very beautiful and I really love it. When we see this teaches us a lot. You see, this dog thinks about the other dog. Wow! This is caring and loving. This is what we are talking about. Caring for the other person as much as you care for yourself. This dog is caring for the other person. I know it's also caring. But this guy isn't caring. Oh, and this guy is very caring. He gave all he had to these dogs and oh, this is very interesting. Animals are just wonderful, man. When they do this is a good gesture of love. Much love to you out there if you are seeing. Please stay and be good. Share love out there to all the people around you. You see, humans were given dominion over animals and all these surroundings. You see, we should care for these animals and love them. Show them love. You see the way they are loyal to us, like this dog.
Stop.
Just
You want to hear this?
Throughout the bill, it reads like a how-to guide in historical whitewashing. Are you aware that this new version of the bill from the Senate removes the writings of Frederick Douglass?
I am.
Are you aware that this new version of the bill from the Senate removes the writings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
Yes.
Are you aware that this new version of the bill from the Senate removes the history of Native Americans?
Why the long pause? Why the long pause?
The way the bill is laid out,
that's a yes or no
because
question.
we were very clear that we could not be conclusive about every single document out there that we could. I'm going to give you an answer. You're not, this isn't a trial. I'm going to give you an answer.
You're going to give a white man's answer.
The way it's set out is so that a teacher can go to different documents in different authors,
White authors,
which to teach from. It's
whitewashed,
by no means meant to be a conclusive list.
Let me just
white
say one
authors.
more time. Are you aware that this new version of the bill
Authors.
from the Senate removes the history of Native Americans? It's on page 3 of the side-by-side if you don't have it in front of you.
Then I believe you.
Okay. Are you aware that this new version of the bill removes mentions of Cesar Chavez?
Yes.
Are you aware that this new version of the bill removes mentions of Susan B. Anthony?
Yes, I am.
Yet the new
What a
version
piece
of
of
the
shit.
bill from the Senate, this is not the bill we all passed as a House, but the Senate's version, it still includes the writings of Alexis de Tocqueville, and he's not even an American. Could that be because he's a white man?
Okay.
Not exactly.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, now that's very sad, please. Let's love each other, humans. Don't look at despise people for their who they look like.
Do not swipe up if you want to hear something about the UFO and alien topic that I do not think you have heard of before. I must stress that this is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken serious. Okay? Right, okay, I'm going to start this make-believe story up. So I was on the dark web about a week ago. On that night, I stumbled across a file. I was doing some UFO research. On that file was a 15 to 16 page art document. I clicked on it and I read it. When I took them off it, I went to go back into it to take some screenshots to download it because it was mind-blowing. I couldn't do it, I couldn't go into it. It was a read only once and it didn't say that at the top, it didn't say that anywhere. I did not know it was a read only once. So I was really annoyed, so I'm going off my memory now in this make-believe story which should not be taken serious at all. So, in that document, it explained all the presidents who knew the truth, and that was Truman, Roosevelt and Eisenhower. Those were the main presidents who knew everything. Every other president after that, I've known little bits on a need-to-know basis, but they do not know the severity of it, which was explained in this document. The last person who was pushing and really got close to getting that was the one after Eisenhower, which was JFK. And 10 days after writing this document, which isn't real, I just made this up, so this is a make-believe story. It's this document that you can see right there, which is dated in the 12th of November 1963, was exactly 10 days before he was assassinated. So, yeah, I just made that up. He wanted to release it all to the public, however he didn't know the severity of it. Sorry, it stopped, I'll just have to do these videos in parts. The severity of it is very dark and very shocking, and I totally agree that it should not be released to the public, and that is again, it's just make-believe, so I'm putting this out there for entertainment purposes only, for my protection really on what I'm about to say. Basically, the world is going to end. They have been made aware of that by a species of alien. Since then, they have made contact with other alien species who have also got problems, and they have created treaties and deals in exchange for technology. Now, I'm going to give the government some credit here. Well, not the government you see, the government working in the background. They are well on way with this technology. So advanced, in fact, they are looking at other planets on how we can take the humans and live there to save the human race. It did not go into details about what was going to happen, whether it was going to be an invasion, whether it was going to be a meteor, anything like that. It didn't go in any details like that. And if it did, in this make-believe story that I'm telling you, I would tell you. It just said that there is a world-ending event, and that world-ending event, which it did state that date, and I'm not going to state that date. I'm not going to tell you that date. Not a chance. They're not having it. They think that they can save and stop that timeline of where we are made extinct. The alien race, which are helping us, they're actually doing a lot of experimenting with our species and trying to alter our DNA and also to preserve the human race. And there's bases all throughout the world where the crafts are kept, or the aliens are kept, and there's humans down there. There's all sorts going on. There are people that have been moved off the planet, that have been taken to other places. It is one massive cover-up. And the cover-up is for a good reason, as they don't think that they can save everybody on this planet. They do not believe that they can save everyone on this planet. They're going to try and do that, but they do not think they can do that. But they are trying, from what I read in this make-believe story. All I can say to people is, I've been pushing for this topic since I was 15 years old. I'm 37 years old, and what I read the other week, it's taken me a week to just even think about even talking about it, because I will get mocked for this video, and I don't care. It is just me. This is for entertainment purposes, and that's how I want it to be looked at. But what I read was very shocking, very dark, and made a lot of sense as to why presidents aren't told, why the human population isn't being told, and why people are being killed to keep this a secret. And there is going to be an extinction of this planet. And I know that the religious people talk about the rapture and all these people go missing, and whether there's a connection with that, I don't know. There was nothing in this document that stated any of that. I do not know what it is. I wish I could find a bit more. It was just a website with one link on, and that was it. There was nothing else on that page. And how I came across it, I have no idea. I was on Reddit, and I was going through some links. I got one link, ended up finding another and stuff like that. And all I remember seeing was, this will blow your mind. And I clicked off it and clicked onto that. I just wish that I knew it was a read-only once, because I would have downloaded it, and I would have screen recorded it. I would have done something to get that document, because there's a lot of stuff that I can't remember. I'm just trying to give a brief thing, like the presidents that did know, the presidents that tried and may or may not have been assassinated for that reason. Like I said, there's a document what was sent 10 days before a president was assassinated, saying that this needs to be talked about because it could cause problems with the Soviets. But again, that president didn't know the severity of it. Like, it's going to be a world-ending event, and they're trying their best. They've got all sorts on the moon. There was talk on the bases where they've got even one of the moons. I don't know if it was, I can't remember the name of the moon. They've got things on the moon. They've got probes. They're working with other alien species to do this. It was just mind-blowing to read. And again, it's just for entertainment purposes only. And if it is true what I'm saying, and that document might not have been, it might have just been someone making that up. They knew a hell of a lot, because in that week I have looked up a lot of the stuff, and I have come across the Roosevelt documents, the Eisenhower documents, the Truman documents. There were loads of documents. Every other president has put documents on UFOs, but they only know about the UFOs and their capabilities. They don't know anything about the sinister side of it, of what's really being hidden, and that's the stuff they don't. It's basically a race against time, from what I gathered from trying to summarise it. It's a race against time to find help, which they have found help. They've contacted other alien species. It didn't go into details about how they did that. Again, this is just going through. There's just like bits of documents, bits you could tell they was put together, and it wasn't just one thing, and everything was just, every piece of paper had some shocking information on it, and some of it made sense. That makes total sense why you wouldn't tell every president. It makes total sense why you wouldn't tell the human population. It makes total sense that they're going trying to find other planets. They don't think they can save everybody on the planet, but they are going to try. It was stated in that we don't think that we can save everybody on the planet, but we are trying our best to do this, and we're at least going to save the species, at least not just the human race. They're going to try and save most of the species on the planet, and by taking DNAs and stuff like that, and trying to harvest it and take it to other places. I have no idea what it is. I wish I knew what the event was. I hope I'm totally wrong. I hope what I was reading was a load of crap. I hope it was a load of bullshit. But I'm doing this video. I didn't want to do this video, to be honest with you. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put it out there. I'll get a lot of ridicule. I don't care. I put a lot of stuff on my page, which is good. This is just something that I read, and because obviously I've not got evidence of that, because it's a read once only thing, I just wish that I had screen recorded that whole thing. I would have posted a lot, and I wouldn't even have put any words to it. I'd have just said, read this, that is it. And it was old as well. You could tell it was old. It was old, and there was something bad that is going to happen, and I'm not going to tell you the date, because it did have the date, the extinction date. It had the date, it had the day, the year, it had every, so they know the certain date, and I don't know how they know that, so someone must know our timeline.
You see, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. But I believe if you are alive at this time is not the time to be spreading chaos and bad vibes. If you are alive at this time as humanity and watching this video, it's our time now to spread love and good vibes and peace and forgiveness out there to everybody. It's our time to love one another. In the midst of all this chaos, if we spread good vibes and love and care for one another, you see, we could really do good to ourselves. Respect to yourself for watching up to this far. You are loved and respected. Big up at MJ Stinson. That guy, that person has been doing a lot. God bless you. And you are a subscriber. Much love to you.